I wanted to touch base with you guys today. I know it's Wednesday, but Tuesday was a crazy day for me. I literally had to run to and from fields to help my husband move machinery. So, between that and just the craziness of life, I literally had no time to hop on here. But I did have a topic, and it was sugar cravings. Obviously, the day after Halloween was yesterday, and everybody has a ton of candy in their house, okay? And so, there's lots of people have issues with sugar cravings. Obviously, our kids do, right? Because they eat a lot of sugar, lots of processed foods, lots of pasta, lots of bread, all of that stuff. Okay. And I used to have major sugar cravings, you guys. I was totally addicted to Diet Dr. Pepper. I would start my day off with Diet Dr. Pepper and like a whey protein bar or a Fiber One bar, which has high fructose corn syrup in it. And then my blood sugars would spike, and then they would crash at like 10:30. And I always tell people, seriously, my patients' heads would literally turn into a cheeseburger because I was so hungry. And I would be shaky and irritable, and it was awful. So then it was like all I could do to get out of that patient's house and go get something to eat as quickly as I could. And then I would go eat something that I thought was remotely healthy, like a Subway sandwich or something. And of course, that bread would spike my blood sugars, okay? And so then at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I would drop again, okay? And I would hit that low in my blood sugar. And so, of course, my body is like, hey, you need sugar because if not, you're going to die, right? Because my blood sugar would be low. And so then I would go get another Diet Dr. Pepper and like a giant bag of peanut butter M&Ms or Junior Mints or Whoppers or something like that. It was funny because the other night on Halloween when I was sitting there and I was sorting through my boys' candy, and I told them, look, no candy with any color. I'm sorry. You don't get any color, okay? Because I know what food dyes do to kids' brains. So we threw out the M&Ms, the Twizzlers, the Starbursts, anything with color went in the trash. And I'm not giving that away because I don't want to destroy other people's brains either, okay? So so we were going through that and we saw Whoppers, and my son Willie was like, wow, Mom, do you remember when you used to eat these? You used to eat like the big box. And I was like, I know, Willie. It was gross. So, I sat there and I went through all that candy with those boys, and I did not have one piece of candy, not even one, even remote temptation to eat a piece of candy, you guys. Not one. That is a complete change from what my life would have been 3 years ago. 3 years ago on Halloween, I would have already eaten, I don't even know how much candy. It would have been out of control because I'd have been sitting here thinking about that candy that's sitting in my cabinet because it took over my mind. I was like, and there's research to back that up, you guys. When you feed the bad guys, when you feed the bacteria that are in your gut that feed off of sugar, now this includes candy, it includes, diet pops, any kind of artificial sweeteners, it includes bread, pasta, processed foods, things like Fiber One bars or Nutri-Grain bars, all these things that are marketed as healthy. Cereal, obviously, really bad for you. You're feeding the bad guys. Those bad guys are telling you to eat sugar, okay? They're communicating with your brain. There's literally a communication that goes on between your gut bacteria and your brain. This is why when people start to take Juice Plus, they start to crave good foods, okay? When you start feeding the good guys, which are the bacteria we need, which are what break down plant food, then you will start to crave plant food. It's why when I started Juice Plus, I would be driving home from work, and instead of stopping off and getting that, giant bag of peanut butter M&Ms like I used to, I would pull off to the grocery store and get an apple or a peach. That was what started sounding good to me, okay? And the way that I gave up sugar is I started flooding my body with lots of fiber, okay? So, like I've said before, not all sugar is created equal. When you pair sugar with fiber, like what we do when we eat fruits and vegetables, then you're gonna stabilize your blood sugars. So how did I do that? Winner, winner, right? Because I flooded my body with healthy fiber, which is what is in the Juice Plus Complete, and it's delicious. It's like a chocolate, cherry milkshake every morning that I have because I throw dark cherries in there and natural peanut butter and spinach and flaxseed and all that kind of stuff, ground flax. And that's what I start my day off with. And my blood sugar is totally stabilized. And I literally can sit at a table with a table full of candy and not eat any of it. None of it. I have complete control over my life. It's so wonderful to have a healthy relationship with food, okay? I used to be controlled by food, but I had a bad relationship with it. I was either thinking food either made me fat or skinny, right? That was my relationship with food. And I always felt really bad about myself after I ate. And you guys, I'm going to not talk very nice right here. That sucks, okay? It sucks to feel bad about yourself 3 times a day, right? So that's not a good way to live. It really isn't. It makes me so sad. And obviously it was more than 3 times a day because I was stopping off in between meals and eating some nasty giant bag of peanut butter M&Ms. No wonder I had anxiety. My brain was going crazy. My blood sugars were everywhere and I was eating, colored candy all the time. So, plus I was drinking Diet Dr. Pepper, which has aspartame in it, which is a neurotoxin. So, boy, I was really not doing well. But now, you guys, I have the most beautiful relationship with food. I never feel guilty after I eat something. I realize that the food that I'm putting in my mouth is actually helping me be the healthiest person I can try to be, okay? And that is my goal. I want to be healthy for my kids. I want my kids to be healthy. So yes, I'm going to limit how much of this they actually eat. And I do hide it and they're going to forget about it, you guys. Because guess what? They don't crave sugar like they used to either. But if it's there, like if it's in front of them, they're going to eat it because they're kids, right? But why would I let them do that? I, personally don't want my kids to end up like I did with craving sugar all the time. Or like these kids that have diabetes or fatty liver disease or all of this stuff. I'm going to try to prevent that, okay? So when we talk about balance, it's really hard for an adult who eats candy and is addicted to it and has, the sugar bugs in their gut to find balance. I just talked to somebody last night who's like, I can't control myself. And so that's where we have to remove the sugar, you guys. It's like alcohol. If for an alcoholic, if you're like, let's find balance for the alcohol, for an alcoholic, good luck with that, right? They're not going to be able to find balance with it, okay? Some people just can't do it, so we have to remove it. And the best way to do it is to control their blood sugars by introducing fiber. They need fiber because they need to feed the good guys and need to balance their blood sugars. So anyway, that's my stump speech on sugar, not to mention that it destroys our gut and our blood and our immune system. So I'm just not a big fan of sugar, okay? I'm going to try to give my family sugar in a natural way through, fruits and vegetables and natural sugars. Like if I cook, I'm going to use raw honey or pure maple syrup, okay? So, all right, love you guys. Have a great day. And, let's help find a way to kick that sugar habit and get rid of those sugar cravings because they're not fun. All right, bye.